guys have probably seen it before. It's just really good for wasting time in line, and like I said, once it hits 45 minutes, I'm looking for any ways to entertain myself. So whatever, me and my family are playing the charade game. I'm not gonna lie, we're having ourselves a pretty good time. We're laughing, we're like joking around, obviously enjoying ourselves as a family, alright? It's not like some weird, antisocial phone situation where Rebecca is texting her third boyfriend of the week and is like, oh my god, Dad, you're so annoying. Like, we're low-key playing a family game together on the phone, but there's these old people in line behind us, and I guess, the sense of having fun, it just irritated their boomer souls. Because what happens next is somebody taps my mom on the shoulder from, like, across us in line, and it's like, are you guys really so addicted to technology that you can't get off it for 45 minutes? And it's this old lady that low-key looks like Betty White, but, like, not normal Betty White. If Betty White had a love child with Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars, it was just low-key looking like she had been siphoning life out of preschool children that were also depressed. Like, and not a good type of old, but just old with, like, that stereotypical white grandma hair, Betty White, I'm not trying to disrespect Betty White's lovely lady, no disrespect. This person just looked like Betty's white evil twin that had bad plastic surgery. So she taps my mom on the elbow and she's like, are you guys really so addicted to technology that you can't go 45 minutes without it? Which, I mean, first of all, low-key is none of your business. If I'm waiting in line with my phone out, I don't really see what any of that has to do with you at all. But you know how these boomers are, And my mom, bless her heart, is a nicer person than me. Like, I don't really got patience for boomers, I really want to be out here just letting boomers yell at me for the fun of it, but somehow my mom has the patience to politely explain to the lady, we're just playing a game to pass the time, ha ha. I do try to limit my younger one's phone time, but my older one's an adult, so he can do what he wants. My grandma, hugs my mom and is like, some parent you are. No wonder kids are, going downhill. I do to report loudly into the park this time around, which, I mean, low-key, kind of offensive to say somebody's a bad mom, especially when they brought their kid to Disneyland. Like, I don't think many bad parents are whipping the family to Disneyland, So my mom is being nice and is like, oh yeah, sorry, haha, sorry to bother you, and puts the phone away. I'm a little petty, I'm not my mom. My mom might just let herself get insulted by Betty Crocker's evil twin, but that's not...
Jake from State Farm. This is like a really good deal.
Jake from State Farm at 3 in the morning? Who is this? What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm?
Khakis. Like a good neighbor. State Farm is there.
Take control of your cloud with Dell Technologies. Accelerate time to market by up to 15%. Let's make total control real with Dell Technologies Cloud.
No, ladies and gentlemen. So I do the only thing that I can. I whip out my phone and start playing TikTok as loud as possible. Because there's only one thing that boomers hate more than cell phones is loud cell phones. Just combine the things that they hate. So the grandma lady is giving me the evil eye. My mom's like, Ryan, put your phone away. And I'm like, nah. Because I'm not getting told what to do by some boomer in line, alright? If it was a worker, that's one thing. But some old lady that just doesn't like a family having fun. GG, before anyone in the chat is like, oh my god, Ryan, you're so mean. Alright, me and my family were playing charades and this lady got involved and making us stop having fun. I'm not being mean, I'm just being petty. I'm not gonna deny that, but petty and mean are different. I can be mean and with petty, they can be different things. So I pull my phone out and I'm playing TikTok as loud as possible. And the old lady finally decides to, question me about it because I guess she's had enough ego. Can you turn that down? Some of us are trying to enjoy the atmosphere and we're waiting in line. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Was it inconsiderate of me to get involved in things that don't matter and interrupt your space? She's like, oh, you think you're smart just because I told you guys to get off your phone? I'm sorry for wanting you to enjoy what you spent your hard-earned money on. And I'm like, listen, lady, we're waiting in line. If we want to enjoy ourselves by being on our phone, that's none of our business. I'll do it. But next time you go to get involved in somebody else's life at Disneyland, you just might want to remember that you're shrieking at everybody else to get off their phone is more annoying than anyone being on the phone ever could be. And the old lady low-key got crushed, and I had to stand there awkwardly in line for another 35 minutes after that. Yeah, I did stand up to an old lady, I'm going to give myself a little bit credit there, but I'm also going to make fun of myself because I really didn't think through the practicality of having to stand next to somebody that you just called out in line, telling this old lady that her voice was annoying and loud and talk. Low-key boomers, they were just really on the streets, some lady that just apparently hated bugs so much she had to ruin a family game of charades, SMH. Old people are really out there. But on top of that, the second day we're in Disneyland, I wanted to go early so I could ride the new Star Wars ride, which is honestly a 10 out of 10. Like, if you haven't ridden the new Star Wars ride, definitely would recommend it. Find a way to go to Disneyland, smuggle yourself in inside a Mickey Mouse costume, whatever you gotta do. It really slaps. But you have to get there super early. So it's before the park opens. We're waiting in line for security, and the line is literally not moving. There's like nowhere to go because the park's not open. They're not letting us in through security yet. And it's me and my family. My family puts me in the front because they assume that I can be the meanest to old people, which I mean, I just don't let boomers get their way without a little bit of pain. No big deal, no big deal. Obviously, I'm kidding. I'm nice to most grandmas. And I'm in the front, and the line's literally not moving. There's nowhere to go. And I feel this thing like nudging my rib cage, almost like an angry beagle sniffing something that's underneath you when you're sleeping, and they're like low-key touching the blanket with your nose. That's a very specific description, but I feel like at least a couple of you understand what I'm saying. And there's like this soccer mom, Karen-looking figure, just elbowing me to like push me out of the way. And like I said, there's nowhere to go. It's not like I'm just standing in a line that's supposed to be moving. So I like try to ignore her because low-key she really sucks at elbowing people in the ribs. Like, it's really not hard to not be bad at getting an elbow inside someone's ribs and making it uncomfortable. That's just a go-to. It should be easy. But for whatever reason, she elbows me like a weakling, so I'm just ignoring her that she's not there. And finally, the line starts to move, and she's with her, like, entire family, all of which look like they haven't showered in 3 days, bro. Their hairs are so greasy, it could start a grease fire. So the line starts moving, and there's, like, a line next to me where there's this family with 2 strollers, bro. And this lady elbows me out of the way and, like, pushes her way in between this family with 2 strollers. So now it's awkward because they have to talk around her, and they're, like, obviously being loud about how weird it is for people to cut in the middle of a group in line, very obviously talking about her, and she ignores them, bro. So she elbows past the guy with the stroller and gets into another line and just like slowly gets left behind us. So another woman, I guess, wanted beef, tried to like elbow me out of the way for security, and then when the line finally started moving, invaded some other family's beautiful like stroller group, and then ended up getting in probably 10 minutes after us because she kept jumping in longer and longer lines. So I don't really know what was up to, but I guess old ladies doing things that make no sense is really in style at Disneyland this trip. So if you guys are gonna go, you should be good. I took care of all the angry boomers, so you guys should be able to have a good time. That's gonna do it for the stories, though. I'm gonna have a little channel update if you guys are interested, but that'll do it for that. A little update. I know I've been gone. I didn't upload for like a long time, 4 days, which is probably the longest I've ever gone without uploading. I don't know. I'm just feeling a little bit demotivated. It's nothing you guys can do. YouTube's just down. I'm gonna be doing better videos on the main channel because low-key they kind of suck for a bit, and I feel bad, and I'll probably just keep posting on the Storytime channel a lot. I don't really know if daily's going to be a thing anymore, just because I want to make sure that all the stories are really good and actually entertaining for you guys, and I might not be able to do that every day, but seriously though, I wanted to thank you guys all so much for the support again recently. Like, I understand that I've kind of been missing, I've been MIA, the quality ain't been what it used to be, but I'm working on it, alright? I'm aware, and I promise that they're going to be getting better. But on that note, guys, if you really want to support the channel, consider checking out the merch down below. It really does help. And other than that, today's notification shout-out goes to the very handy, awesome, and intelligent, swag-tastic, sometimes occasionally upside down, Josh Fernandez. Big thank you for having on notifications. If you turn them on, send a screenshot to my Instagram at Scrubby, and I shout somebody out every video. But on that note, don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time in another video. I'm out. Peace. So guys, hope you are having a good one. I did send you a start to month of 420. I would go with a crazy story that I've never told before. I was always afraid to tell people because the person that was involved in it, like you were there, so always said they'd be mortified if I talked about it. But I guess I've gotten way more persuasive, so they said that I could. So I'm openly going to tell you guys about the time that me and my friend catfished a rich Canadian man in order to get him to buy us video games and Xboxes. Yes, that is right, ladies and gentlemen. Every now and then, everyone needs a good sugar daddy in their life. This is actually the only time I've ever done anything like this, okay? So don't be too mean. We're just vibing. So, yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Back when I was a freshman in high school, I didn't really have a ton of bands on me, you know. I've always been a hustler, but every now and then I would run into a period where, like, I just didn't have a lot of money. I've always been somebody that gets into things that cost me. At the time, I was super into Call of Duty, specifically Call of Duty Black Ops. And this was more towards, like, the end of its life cycle when all the map packs were out and they had all those DLC camos that were, like, $2 a piece, so there's, you know, what, 30 of them, so maybe $70 worth of content. All in all, to get Black Ops 2, all the map packs and everything, you only needed about $200. And I already had the game, and I was in a position where me and another one of my friends were like the only ones amongst all of our friends who didn't have the map pack, who didn't have all the camos. It was me and my friend Trevor, which, I mean, I should have known that Trevor would get us into trouble because his name is Trevor. You should never trust anyone whose name is Trevor. No offense. I'm sure a lot of you guys are great. I'm just saying, every time I've heard a story with the first Trevor involved, it never ends with, Trevor made a really smart decision to get into the crap. So me and Trevor had bonded over the fact that, you know, we didn't have the map pack, and we were the only two kids that didn't have all the skins. It was just like a funny joke between us, because we would get bullied in the game. Whenever we would kill anybody, they'd be like, oh, whatever, you won't be able to do it on this map because you don't have it. Ha ha, it was just trash talking. That's just what you did. And one day I log in, and Trevor, sure enough, now has every map, every skin, and is in our Snapchat group chat, which he used to not be allowed in. He used to have a smartphone, flexing his brand new iPhone and scuff controller. Like, homeboy got a $1,000 setup upgrade when we were freshmen and didn't have jobs. And knowing that we didn't have the map packs before, it wasn't like anybody expected this to come out of nowhere. And most of the other kids in like our little gaming group didn't question it because they didn't know Trevor. But I knew Trevor was not falling like that, alright? Most 14-year-olds don't suddenly come into a grand overnight like they do something shady. So I text Trevor and I'm like, yo, what happened? And he messaged me back and says, dude, I have to show you this thing. I can get you all of the map packs and all the camos. And I say, yo, that's awesome. He's like, yeah, we'll talk after we game. So that's the next conversation outside of the Xbox party. So we game the rest of the night, and Trevor's playing way better because on top of everything else that he had already flexed, he had gotten a brand new gaming monitor to game on. Like, homie had basically gotten his entire setup. I knew there was no way he was paying for it. Later that night, everybody else goes to bed. Okay, promise you won't tell anyone. I'm like, yeah. And he says, I've been using my sister's pictures on Tinder and setting my name down older and telling older that I need tuition money and then just buying stuff that I need on Amazon. I'm like, okay, well, is it working? And he's like, dude, these guys are giving my sister so much money. It's crazy. And I asked the obvious question. I'm like, all right, does your sister know? She says, well, obviously not, because I'm sure she'd be doing this herself, but I don't want to tell her because I've got a good thing going for me here. It's basically unlimited money. And you got to remember, like, this is back in 2011, 2012, so definitely not in the era of, like, OnlyFans or this being a common thing. This is still in the period where having a sugar daddy was a big, like, oh, wow, that's so bad. Now, I swear, every girl has sold their feet pics at least 12 times to 15 different people, including their Uncle Steve. It's really wild, and I ain't juggling my judgment. I am not, because, I mean, get your bread up. I don't care. Haha, that's an iDub reference. Get it? That's the only thing you guys are getting out of me as for my opinions on that one. And then I asked the important question, how much money is he making? He's like, I made $500 yesterday. Fine, we're freshmen in high school, so that's nuts. Is that anything compared to OnlyFans fans? Not really. You know, I'm sure they're making a killing. But at the time, that was crazy, and it would get me on the map pack. So I'm asking him, like, okay, what do I do? And he says, use one of my sister's hot friends. So he sends me this girl's Instagram, and I screenshot it, and I make a Tinder, and I put it in Toronto, Canada, like I paid them $4. Designer, super convincing, you know, like, yes, all that crap. And that's how it started. And I wouldn't even check it very often. I would just match with everybody. I was just swiping as much as I could. And there were tons of dudes who their first message would be like, hey, do you need money? It was insane. I would never message anybody back that was like, hi, I'm looking for love, or hey, want to meet up? I would feel bad catfishing somebody that like actually, you know, cared to get their feelings hurt. I didn't really want all dudes to be in love with me. I just wanted their money. So some dudes would be like, hey, what's your PayPal? I'll send you money right now. Like, whatever. You don't even have to give me anything. So, okay, if you want to send me money, I'm not going to get it.
Let's go.